thing, and then when it doesn't happen, they start getting salty about it. No, you want to upset those kinds of people. I'm excited for the upsets. I love that Thunder Predator have just made the warpath through this tournament, taking down both Quincy Crew and then Beast Coast as well. Although they didn't take down Quincy Crew, did they? They took down Midas Club. So yeah, Thunder Predator definitely looking pretty fresh right now. But let's get into this game. I mean, Midas Club, I think they're the underdogs of the tournament. I'd say out of everybody, I'd say either them or Infamous would probably be my bottom picks, unfortunately. But, you know, there's a chance to prove themselves. You're coming up against the big dogs. You're coming against Quincy Crew. Elimination match. It's all against the wall. This is when you got to start biting back as the underdog in this tournament if you want to stay in it. And they're going to start things off with the Phoenix for themselves.
I agree. I mean, Midas Club and Infamous, they're looking not on the same level, but then again, you know, on any given day, one of these teams can perform at like 100%. Another team performs below their expectations, and you know, we got all these different results. That is very much possible. But I fully expect Quincy Crew to bounce back in this tournament, because getting put into a lower bracket is not something that they're used to. And I feel like it's like a wake-up call for them, so they got to realize, hey, guys, we haven't played in like a couple of weeks. We even saw BA yesterday. They turned it around after not playing for a very long time, and even beating out 4 Zoomers. So Quincy Crew, I think they're going to be ready going through this lower bracket. At least that's my feeling. Knowing some of these guys, they don't like to lose. That's for sure.
No, they certainly don't. And they're going to start things off with the SAPPHIRE for themselves, so a direct answer to the Phoenix. And decent hero all around, has loads of different combinations and then offlane, which could be really, really strong. So I do like this pick and think a somewhat underpicked hero, I'd actually say here. So what are we looking at now? Let's see. We've got the Bat Rider still in the pool. What are the other popular picks of the tournament so far?
Underlord got nerfed yesterday, so that's one hero that
Underlord claims a big buff for Bloodseeker as well.
Clint is still getting banned out because it's still a very good hero going into the late game. Like if it gets to the late game, it pretty much the exact same hero if it has like level 3 ultimate as the previous patch. So maybe in the early game it's a bit weaker, but it still scales quite well. Anyway, the SAPPHIRE hero has gotten a really nice buff recently. It actually does -1 armor for every hit of the Lil Shredder. So previously people didn't actually skill Lil Shredder if they didn't need to. Now you got the Phoenix, but it's another reason to skill it is because of the minus armor effect that it can also apply. So you can do -6 armor on a target for 4 seconds. So that's very nice in the early game. Yeah, it's definitely. And it's actually quite easy to gank the mid lane as well with the SAPPHIRE because of that. You get that extra damage source in the early game.
It's pretty scary. It's, you know, the cookie, the little shredder now. Do you think that makes it more viable here spell to pick up in lane then?
Yeah, I think so. You're gonna pick it up like I think by level 4, most likely. Just so that you have at least 1 point of it, because if you are ganking someone and they're isolated, you're going to be able to kill them much faster just off the low shredder and the minus armor that it provides. There's not a lot of heroes who can get -6 armor that early into the game, so it's a very valuable thing.
Yeah, but on the flip side, it doesn't slow attack speed anymore, but I mean that was never a really big factor about the hero anyway, was it?
Yeah.
Alrighty, so Nick Sasson going to be picked up as a kind of answer. I mean, it's okay versus SAPPHIRE. I don't actually know why they picked up this Nick Sasson, to be honest with you. It doesn't seem like a particularly strong hero right now. Any ideas?
I mean, you got the third skill against the SAPPHIRE, right? So you can stun him up when SAPPHIRE uses the ultimate. Yeah, it's a really important skill to try and cancel. Normally, you can't really get to the SAPPHIRE to do that, so the Nyx can help with that. Also, a good way to protect the egg as well with the Impale, which could be quite nice. And Quincy Crew going with the Legion Commander. I mean, we know Lelis loves to play this hero. He's so good at it. He plays it like a freaking core. He gets so farmed. So we're going to see some nice Legion Commander gameplay here, and it's really good with the SAPPHIRE too if that's a position for SAPPHIRE.
Yeah,
they do plenty of damage in the lane. Yeah.
This lane is annoying, man. You just like jump on their heads, and then you jump into the middle of creep wave. Creep starts attacking you as a lead commander, and you get the overwhelming yards and the moment of courage, and press the attack, and it gets all good pretty quickly from the Legion commander. Also a decent egg killer as well. Can purge off the fire spirits. It's just a good round pick here. I do like this a lot, this Legion commander. So hopefully we'll see a lot of that. And also, I think it's always nice to have a hero which can kind of utilize. If you catch out this Nyx Assassin a bunch of times, you get yourself a couple of duels, and this Legion commander is going to be hitting pretty hard. And most previously, like, the damage wasn't that big of a factor because it actually, like, level 2, you get 20 damage. Yeah, that's pretty noticeable. That does actually seem to be stacking up much more than it used to now. So that slight buff seems to be doing a lot for Legion Commander with that level 2 duel. So you don't really want to be feeding that. But yet, Nyx Assassin can't really... He's not the hero which can just kind of chill on his side of the map. He wants to use that invisibility, he wants to get information, he wants to be doing useful things for his team, and that involves being on the other side of the map and scouting and getting that important information, but you don't want to feed the Legion Commander too much, so it's a bit of give and take. Now, we're going to have the AM, the Death Prophet, and the Ursa banned out by Midas Club. Meanwhile, Quincy crew, they're going to get rid of the Troll Warlord, the Sand King, and one more ban coming out for them just now.
So you can see from the bans of some of these teams, especially the really good teams, because they think so much about counter picks and how heroes interact with one another. Mm-hmm. So if you look at Quincy Crew, the first ban they made was actually a Troll Warlord. Now, Midas Club probably played Troll, but you can see like what they believe to be hard counters to the heroes that they already have. For example, Legion Commander against Troll is a really hard lane for Legion. Level 6 also, if you get the ulti on the Troll, like Legion can't really man up or even duel the Troll Warlord, things like that. So it's really nice to like check out why they ban it, especially against with teams like Quincy Crew, Secret, Nigma, these kind of guys. You can get a lot of information just from that, like how their mindset about some of the heroes and such. Sanking, I think this is a hero that's beginning to gain popularity, especially with the new third skill. I was watching a Sanking play, and when there's a double big camp stack, he can just kill it, like with just one pull, because of how the new caustic works, right? It does a hell of a lot of damage, especially on neutral creeps. So that you can gain a lot of momentum in your lane because of that. Really good hero with the Phoenix as well. Faceless Void, same thing. Good with the Phoenix. Also really good against Legion Commander in the lane. You got the Bash. You can also backtrack a lot of the damage the Legion Commander provides. And yeah, the Egg Protector on that end is really good too. And they're going to go with the Rubik pick this game. I'm kind of skeptical on that. So this probably means it's going to be a position 4 Rubik and a position 5 Snapfire. We've seen actually a lot more of the +5 Snapfires recently. And the Rubik does provide a little bit of lane shove with the Legion. And then Midas Cub with a Spectre pick. Not a big fan of the Spectre pick, to be honest. It's not that bad against LC, but I think the LC is going to free farm the lane. And then Spectre doesn't really protect the Phoenix, right?
Yeah.
So that's going to be a little bit anti-synergy in that department. You will get more team fight, but Egg Protectors, I feel like Phoenix is one of those, how I call it, carry supports, right? If you let them live, if you can protect them, you can keep them alive, then they're going to destroy the team fights.
Yeah, no, it's true. I mean, you've got a lot of team fight on the side of Midas Club now, at least, and that Horde with the Egg, with the Impale to protect it as well, going to be a pretty big deal. But yeah, this Legion Commander is going to have a great time in this lane, and Legion Rubik is still a really good lane as well. Snapfire Legion good, Legion Rubik also very good, because I mean that Fate Bolt is just going to allow the Legion to just run at you, and you can't really turn around and right click. And if they're not right clicking, they don't really have any damage on the side of Midas Club in this safe lane. Whether it's an Nyx Assassin or the Phoenix, neither of them can really do much. Just a dagger and a couple of fire spirits, or a dagger and an impale. Like it's not that impressive. And now the Brood comes out for Midas Club. Seems like an okay Brood game. Sorry. If he gets dueled, he could have problems. So I mean, that is already a problem for me as well. Actually, if he's the one to get engaged upon and he just gets dueled and he doesn't get off that ultimate, then he doesn't really have much of an effect in the fights.
Yeah, for sure. It's funny, right, that we seeing so many more Brewmasters just from like the little buffs that he's received recently.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think this hero is actually good? Because from the games that I've seen, he's been very underwhelming.
Yeah, I
fair.
mean, I don't have a huge sample size to work from, but from the games we've seen, as you said, it's looked pretty bad, and I've watched a couple of high amount pub games as well, where it hasn't really worked out too well either. It does feel a bit weird. It feels a little
Yeah.
bit underwhelming, but I don't know. Hopefully, this is the game we see it, but I just don't see it being that case. The duel just seems such a problem for the brew, and they didn't have a dual target. I mean, yeah, sure, you can dual Phoenix, whatever, stop the egg coming out, but in terms of big cores, you don't want to dual Spectre. And Brewmaster is definitely a hero you do want to drop that duel on if you can kill him off in time before he gets up that ultimate. So, bit of a problem, maybe.
Now, Brew is not that bad at protecting Phoenix because it provides you with the team fight, right? But at the same time,
Yeah,
Brew is not a hero that holds the heroes there in the fights.
True.
For example, like a hero Mars, right, who's got the arena, which is really good. Axe, who can call someone and then keep them there while the egg is going off, while also protecting the egg. These kind of situations. So the Brewmaster Spectre, like, it's providing a lot of team fight for Midas Club, but again, there's no real protection from the Phoenix apart from the Nyx, who can like cast an impale on someone and just stop them from attacking. And Quincy Crew going with this Terrorblade pick, we don't normally see TB getting picked up to Spectre. Now it can go both ways in some situations or specific situations, but I think they wanted a hero who can buy drums and maybe even kill the egg too. Not only just let this position 5 Snapfire be the one who can kill the egg, right? Like, you can't really rely on a Snapfire to always be able to deal with the egg. So I do think TB is a really strong carry in this patch. We saw MB play it yesterday. It was really strong. Also, Sammy Boy was playing it. I think TB, exactly. That was an insanely farmed Terrorblade. Now when he clicks meta, he's just running at you with like 400 MS. It's actually insane. And he's doing like over 200 damage. So this hero is really, really good, I think.
And Pangolier Midas Club. Alrighty.
Interesting. So that's a good egg defender, actually. So whenever the Phoenix does drop the ultimate or the Pango is rolling in, he can just stun people and keep them in place there. So the egg comes out, then you just keep stunning the people who you know are going to be able to kill the egg, and then the egg pops. You got that big, nice team fight going. They are lacking a little bit of lane shove. Pangolier is okay in that department. I'm just not sure if they have enough damage to kill off the Terrorblade illusions with what they have.
Yeah, and I think it's very much all on the Spectre this game on Midas Club. Their damage, their entire carry hero is just a Spectre, and she can do it. She is strong, but in this game, I'm a little bit worried. And Quincy Crew, they're much more well-rounded in where the kind of onus on the heroes is going to be spread. All three of these cores are going to have a big effect throughout the game, and I really do feel like they've just kind of put so much pressure on the Spectre to just do way too much in this game. But maybe I am wrong. But that's the way it feels to me. But either way, this last pick, Kunkka, feeling pretty good, does pretty well versus the Pangolier. Pango and him probably just going to trade pretty evenly at mid. Maybe the Kunkka getting a little bit further ahead because he's got all that right-click damage to work with. So, yeah, I think Quincy Crew have pulled out a pretty damn good draft here. I don't want to underestimate Midas Club, but this does feel like a tricky one to pull off. You got to work with these eggs and these splits and the Rolling Thunder and the Haunt. And are you going to be able to pull that off against Quincy Crew, or is Quincy Crew just going to farm the hell out of this TB and run over the game like that? I feel like that's more likely to happen.
I think this Kunkka is actually an amazing pick this game because you get that bolt buff, and Midas Club are already lacking on the damage department. They don't have any like burst damage, right? They have a lot of strong team fighting, over time things go, and then when the bolt comes out, if they try to fight into the Terrorblade, it's going to be a very bad situation. And going into a late game, this Kunkka with the 100% cleave talent is going to be really good against Brew as well. And he's going to also become another core in this game. It feels like Quincy Crew have 3 carries, and Midas Club has a Spectre and a bunch of team fight. That's it.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, at least his Spectre can build Radiance this game, which is pretty good versus TB. But yeah, I mean, it's a very, very hard game for Midas Club, I think, to win, unless they completely snowball the lanes here. But we know Quincy Crew really like focusing on their lanes, and it doesn't look like they're at a disadvantage. I'd say mid is Quincy Crew advantage, safe lane is maybe Midas Club advantage, but off lane is definitely Quincy Crew advantage. So I mean, that's 2 out of 3 lanes I can see easily being the right way around for them, winning the 2 out of 3 lanes. It's what you always want to be doing, isn't it?
Yeah, and QC have all the right opportunities to be able to just win lanes. They have the perfect heroes for it. They have the lanes for it. And Midas Club, they don't really have any, how do you call it, leniency in their draft. They can't really move their heroes around. Maybe you can put Brewmaster mid against Kunkka, and then you can put the Pango top or something. But other than that, there's not a lot of lane swapping that they can do to try and make their lanes any better either. As of right now, I feel like Quincy is going to have much, much better lanes. Oh, it does look like it's a Nyx 5 and a Phoenix 4. Okay, that's not too bad, because Terrorblade doesn't really like dealing with Phoenix in the lane. It's a lot of magic damage, slows your attack speed.
Yeah, so I thought this could be an option.
They got that going for them.
Bottom lane is still going to be very weak. Like Phoenix,
yeah,
and,
but
Spectre Nyx Assassin does not sound like the amazing lane, most amazing lane.
It's not. And MSS with the Fade Bot is going to reduce the damage of the Spectre. They're going to deny creeps together with the LC and the Rubik. So things are going to look real rough. It's weird though. Lilith looks like he's going to run to the top lane here. They're angling towards running top. Maybe they notice that Duster's the one playing Nyx, and they want to put the Terrorblade and the Snapfire bottom. So that way the Terrorblade can get complete free farm in this lane.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely like Quincy's goal here, is just free up the TB as much as physically possible. So yeah, putting on pressure early on, definitely going to help him with that.
And LC against Brew is going to be completely fine as well. So that's going to be nice. I wonder if that's a real thing where you put the Pango top and you put the Brew mid. Because Brew against Kunkka is actually a pretty decent matchup for Brewmaster. Because every time you're going to get that Thunderclap on him, you can get the denies out. You can even harass the Kunkka down. It's not something people would think about, but it's actually a very old school counter to Kunkka when Kunkka was really, really strong. People used to do that.
Does sound pretty fun, but I don't know, Brewmaster. I guess he's got decent armor as well for the. He's got ring of protection. Yeah, so. So 3 out of 3 starting armor. And that's what I'm always looking at when people are playing against Koga, is how much armor do they have to survive through these Tideringers. All right, let's get into it. Game number 1, Quincy Crew versus Midas Club. We've got our customary pause out of the way. Let's get into the game and find out who's going to be taking it in this best of 3 series here in the first round of the lower bracket. Both of these teams lost their entry games to the tournament, and now they have to fight for their tournament lives against each other. No group stage here, just straight into the elimination bracket, and now these guys down to the double elimination, the lower bracket, and the threat is on. Interesting to see what RDO is going to go this game, but I'm fairly sure it's just going to be, already looking for the Power Treads, the Wraith Band, and then probably heading straight towards a Radiance. I'm not sure we're going to be seeing any drums or Meteor Hammers or Blade Mails this game. I'm fairly sure he just wants to make the straight-up rush.
Yeah, who was that did the drums against the Phoenix again? Do you remember?
Is it HFN?
Was it HFN?
I can't remember.
Yeah, I can't remember either.
I know Phoenix is like Fairy Fires, but this seems this seems kind of
overkill. It was Moo, right?
Oh yeah, it was Moo.
It was Moo. Yeah, I mean, leave it to Moo to do some cool stuff with his heroes, right? He likes to go some unconventional item builds. That's for sure.
That's for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. All the other NA players.
On Phoenix. What do you think about that?
I mean, it's +8 damage, I guess. I mean, I like 2 Fairy Fires. It's very efficient, but it's so hard to try to utilize 4 Fairy Fires in an engagement.
Yeah, I mean, they each have a 5-second cooldown, so, you know, the clutch Fairy Fires are going to be regular, but not necessarily possible.
He does have 64 damage. That's a lot. That is a lot.
Yeah, that's going to hurt. You got to respect that.
Yeah, I'm starting to get really interested in this Snapfire +5 a lot. Yeah. I've started seeing it in the other regions as well. It's kind of interesting with the new changes. People are starting to pick it more. The low shredder is definitely very nice for the minus armor effect.
Yeah, for sure. The ability to trade is just very important for your 5 positions, especially a lot of the carries right now are the popular ones who are weaker in lane. You know, TB, after he pops meta, he's pretty much a watermelon, and Spectre's a potato. She's got Spectral Daggers, and that's about it. So it becomes very important for your 5 to be able to do a lot of the heavy lifting in this lane. And previously, Snapfire, she was okay at it, but the new change, I think, is going to make a big difference to how she trades a lot of the heroes.
Oh, Murdoch, he wants that rune.
Does
MSS,
indeed.
oh,
Gonna
did
fight
you
with
notice
it here.
MSS? Oh,
MSS grabs it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Murdoch, a little bit too
Ping.
quick fingers for Mr.
Ping,
MSS.
Yeah.
True.
Here we go. Yawar has a very regular build on Terrorblade. I mean, he's just every Terrorblade we watch does the same thing, right? Buys like 2 or 3 Wraith Bands, goes into the jungle, comes out like 60 minutes into the Manta, takes some towers, goes back into the jungle, and then he's 6-slotted.
Buys a rapier, feeds it to Envy. Yeah, the usual Terrorblade stuff.
Yeah, I remember that. Nice memory. Oh, Duster is actually staying top. They're looking to maybe get a first blood out here first.
Yeah, Lelis gonna be the target right now. Sunray's coming down. It's a lot of damage onto Lelis. They're gonna need a little bit more to finish the job here. The right click's coming, but won't finish the job. Despite all of Heiko's right click damage, it's not enough to get the kill. And that's MSS coming across with a Fade Bolt as well, just cutting that damage down a bit.
This is something I noticed with Lelis, like he likes to buy a lot of regen. He always buys 3 sets no matter what. They are so focused on trading early and winning lanes, so you definitely need that. And by the off chance you lose your courier, you at least have all the regen with you that you need, you know, throughout the laning stage anyway. Because he has that salve and he didn't start with like 6 tangles. He doesn't need to go back and get
forward onto SVG, but Yawar's going to pop that Metamorphosis and say, get off my support, fools, and force them back. So Duster and Ardio back under their side off the map. Yawar, pretty scary when he pops this Metamorphosis.
Oh my goodness. So strong. 315 MS, Terrorblade with 80 damage.
Yeah, cute little dodge there from the Scatterblast actually. Manages to dodge SVG's spell. Pretty important. But yeah, now they can't come close to this lane though. Yawar's just too scary right now. And no points in little shredder yet for the Snapfire. Still just going for the Scatterblast Fire Snap build. And again, missing with the shotguns here. Can't quite seem to get that right, SVG.
Yeah, I mentioned this before. The best thing to do against Terrorblade, even if he's coming to the offlane, is actually go behind the creep wave and try to grab it. And like run it around behind your tier 1 tower or something. So that the Terrorblade will have to farm the wave under your tower. That meta is actually just way too strong to fight into. Especially on the first level. They just high-fived each other. Yeah,
a little bit of fun. The two carries showed a bit of respect to each other. Unfortunately, yeah, this is looking like it's the TB time right now. But at least with meta over, Ardio can actually come in and hit some creeps for a bit. Has to use a dagger to secure a range creep is never really what you want to be seeing, especially if it doesn't land on a hero. Like if you're gonna have the dagger for a range creep, at least make it land on a hero as well. But didn't want to push the wave out with that, so just had to accept it. Now mid lane, it is Quinn on the Kunkka versus Murdoch on the Pangalia. And these guys are just kind of trading with each other here. The Swashbuckle does a ton of damage to the Kunkka, but the Kunkka turns around with the Tidebringer. Yeah, it's pretty damn annoying. Both of them just kind of taking chunks out of each other. This one, the Kunkka is doing very, very well for himself to start this lane. They're 18-4 to the Pangalia's 13-1.
Quinn, he's got a healing salve. He's just trying to get as much out of this as possible first before he pops it. He's got an entire creep wave coming into him too. I mean, Quinn is feeling great in this lane. What we should look forward to is Quinn maybe getting a power rune and just rotating to one of the side lanes. Most likely it's going to be the lane where the Spectre is at. Unless, yeah. So if Lelis hits level 6, then he can just TP into the top lane and try to get a kill on the Brewmaster as well. You can just duel into a bolt Torrent combo, and it's a guaranteed kill. So these are like the small things Quincy crew would be thinking about to try and maximize their possible lead in this game.
Yep, and a little bit later on as well, you've got the Mortimer's Kisses as well to throw on top of these duels, so they're going to be some very potent duels this game. The lockdown going to be very, very useful. Meanwhile, Lelis just tanking up the Sunray up in the top lane, but Happy just right-click creeps through it, and using the moment of courage to keep himself nice and healthy.
Yeah, we've actually seen a lot less of the Soul Ring being bought lately. It feels so bad, right? Without the HP regen.
Yeah. It's constantly blasting your own HP regen, and you got to use tangos to keep yourself healthy early on. Like, it sucks. Here he does.
I mean, here like LC's okay because he's got Pressy Attack and Moment of Courage, which can heal him up somehow. So.
But if you don't have that, it's brutal. But bottom lane, Duster gets dropped. The Nyx Assassin does go down in this bottom lane. SVG rips him apart with the Fast Out cooking the Scatter Blast, and you are going to throw in a couple of right clicks as well with him and his illusions. Easy peasy.
SVG has been playing this lane bottom very well. He just helped the Terrorblade get the first 2 waves. He got all the creeps.
Heiko will get run down here by MSS. Going a little bit deep.
Precious bounty.
Well, I was just trying to say that the Terrorblade, he gave him the first 2 waves, and then after that, he just made sure the support Nyx Assassin couldn't get any pulls out. Because the Terrorblade, you can't expect it can't contest any of Terrorblade's last hits, right? He's just gonna drop a Conjure Image, then you have like 100 damage, and Spectre, you know, he's only doing like 60 damage a hit on denies. And just from that, they've been building up such a huge lead on this bottom lane. Oh, Duster. Okay, all right.
Looking in here, stun comes down onto Yawa, but yeah, that's not really any trading as such. It's just friendly trades. Nothing actually happening onto each other. No commitment.
Okay. Oh, we got a Pangolier.
Mid lane, they've got the Rolling Thunder. Kunkka being locked down. Murdoch will be able to finish the job here. He gets him with the Swashbuckle. Nicely done by Pango. Getting the solo kill onto Quinn, and MSS even there as well, but unable to do anything except watch his Kunkka go down. Watch that sink shit.
Hey,
meanwhile, all Lelis up on the top lane, getting chased forward by Heiko here. Gonna set him on fire, but it's not gonna be enough to finish the job. That heal from Pressy Attack still going on. It's gonna keep that Legion alive.
Yeah, they must be really proud of their Pangolier. He just killed the top 1 mid laner in North America.
Yeah, Murdoch feeling it right now on this Pangolier. Now, going back towards the middle lane. Doesn't have the Rolling Thunder for 25 seconds, so no sense on rotating right now.
It looks like Yawar has gone into jungle now. He's got power treads, double wraith bands. He's gonna farm a lot more efficiently here. He's also got meta on cooldown. He can still farm ancients even without the meta as well. So this is gonna give a lot of space for RDO. He's got his level 6 too now, so I wonder if they're gonna make any plays happen on the map. The Brewmaster is not quite yet level 6. Oh, stun from SVG on top of Brewmaster.
Yeah, Sexy Fatty's gonna lose his life here from the rotation from SVG and MSS. Now, they're actually starting out the Sunray, but they want to try and find the duel here, and they will be able to connect here with Lelis. Another duel comes out on the Phoenix, and the right-click damage is gonna be enough to bring down that Firebird. And that's gonna make it 2 builds up in the top lane. I'm not too sure. A slightly optimistic Sunray there from Heiko, and he's the one who ends up getting cooked in the top lane. And now, well, this Catapult, there's only so much they're going to keep it alive here, but still get a decent amount of damage off into that tower. Just a little tickle of damage.
That was a really nice rotation from SVG. Knowing that the Terrorblade wants to go into jungle, he's not staying bottom trying to leech some XP. He actually rotated top, have 3 heroes there, so they're still strong on the map. Getting that kill onto the Brew with the cookie.
Now the counter initiation's coming on forward here, but the Impale does miss. Rolling Thunder's going to come on through, but Murdoch doesn't have anything to bounce against, so he just kind of goes rolling around in a circle. Maybe catching on to SVG, but actually doesn't quite find him. And look at the overwhelming odds coming on down here, doing a ton of damage. There is no Rolling Thunder available from Murdoch here, but the Sunray is going to rip through the Snapfire's health pool pretty efficiently, and Murdoch will be able to kill off the Snapfire. Meanwhile, Quinn, though, coming in from behind, realizes there is no Rolling Thunder. Can he bring down Murdoch? In comes the damage, in comes the turret. Oh, Duster, what are you doing there, my friend? I think he got lifted up or thrown into it, surely. I mean, or maybe he just walked into it. I hope not. But either way, that's going to be a clean... No. He got lifted, let's say. Let's give him the benefit. No, I'm just kidding.
He was trying to use a Spike Carapace and, you know, break the combo in some way so the Penguin doesn't die. Just got hit by both skills. Mid tower Yawar gonna drop his Metamorph to try and get this. We've seen this time and time again, the mid tower being super important for most of these North American teams to take. They just make whatever rotations they can to make it
I mean, the drums usually allow you to do that for Terrorblade, but he's actually done this pre-drum, so could change his item choice, but I'm sure he's still going to get it anyway. Meanwhile, Duster's going to get scooped up. Another clumsy death by Dusker here as he gets caught out in the river. This Nyx Assassin not really having the ideal game impact just yet.
Yeah, so Quinn rotated top, that left the mid lane open, and Midas Club obviously had to bring all the heroes to be able to fight them top, so Yawar seeing that opportunity to run mid and take that tower or push out that lane was really, really nice. Lelis bottom. He's going
for the duel here. They might be able to bring him down here, but the Rolling Thunder's actually going to cancel out the Fire Snap cookie, but it doesn't matter. The right-click damage is too much from Lelis. He gets himself another kill and now up to 20 duel damage already. Pre-10 minutes. That's pretty damn good.
That is what you sound like.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Man, this is a very good laning phase from Quincy right now. All three of their cores taking up the top 3 positions on the net worth chart. That is exactly what you want to see. Well, it's kind of close to Murdoch here, who did have that solo kill, but since then has really struggled with the engagement. But they're going to go for a play up here onto top. MSS will get dropped. The horn in from RDO, just confirming himself that kill, and getting himself a little bit closer to that Radiance, which he is now making his way towards.
Damn, this is the problem with when you have Nyx and Phoenix supports, is that both of them need the tome. So Duster got the tome here and he wants to get his level 6. They're such a XP heavy support duo on the side of Midas Club. They're not going to get that Phoenix egg quite yet. So if there's an engagement that happens here on the top lane, if somehow Quincy could decide to fight this, they will be fighting without Haunt or the egg. But they do have the Brewmaster split.
One of the great things about SAPPHIRE getting caught mid-cookie, though, is that she goes into flail mode for a bit.
Oh my goodness.
It's pretty fun.
Yes. Oh, he actually didn't get the low shredder in this game. So I guess they won't have that ability to kill the egg for a little while as well. Until he actually skills that out.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen.
SBD just swimming through the river.
Radiant's
I love that animation. It's very broken but very funny. Meanwhile, they've got a Poor Man's Shield on Spectre. I was interested to see if she go for the Poor Man's Shield or for the Arcane Ring, which she did previously have, but decides to go for the PMS rather than the Arcane Ring. It's nice to be able to spam out daggers, but you can just get clarities to do that anyways.
Oh man, Arcane Ring is actually such a great item for sure.
Oh yeah,
he definitely wants the Arcane Ring. Yeah. I mean, if you have to use clarities, that still costs you gold, right?
Exactly, it's 50 gold a pop. I was thinking, but yeah, sticks with the Arcane Ring after all. I don't know why she had it in her inventory though for a bit. Not too sure. Either way, doesn't matter now. Brewmaster's going to pick up that PMS next. So no big deal, but they're happy to chill out for a little bit, wait for the next horn, and then you're going to have a fairly decent team fight on the side of Midas, and that might be the comeback fight they're looking for. They do need to go and find this Terrorblade, I feel. Like, they can't just let Yawar do whatever they want this game. You have to find him with the Supernova, Rolling Thunder, Haunt combination, otherwise he's just going to run away with this game.
Oh yeah, he's doing the Terrorblade things right now. Meanwhile, Quinn and Lettuce, they're trying to push 2 lanes out and kind of creating a shield for Yawar, so it's really hard to actually get to him though. Oh, SCG, trying to play by himself top. That is not where you want to be, brother.
Yeah, he was giving it a bit of a scout, you know, scouting with his life, being the canary, but does get killed off, unfortunately, by the side of
Midas.
But
Spectre can't afford to die here.
It's a double damage Kunkka. They can easily kill RDO, but he's being very annoying with his positioning. Let's see if they get him. X-Marks comes down along with the Torrent. Yeah, I think this guy's going down. X-Marks going to drag it back into Quinn, and MSS will finish the job with the stolen dagger.
Yikes.
Great kill.
He had 20 stick charges, but he couldn't use them.
Honestly, just with that one death, it makes the game so damn hard for Team Midas. And they're going to go for this fight right now. Quinn on the stairs. They might have caught him in this little choke, but no, Murdoch actually gets stuck outside of the stairs, and his Rolling Thunder is doing nothing as MSS is going to use one of his own here, but he does get stunned out by the Phoenix. MSS rolling forward for more. Will not find anything right now. Meanwhile, he's got himself X marks, and in comes Yawar. The big damage is here, jumping on top of Sexy Fat, and that is going to be a dead Brewmaster eventually. And there he does go down in the end. MSS grabs him with the stomp, and they also get the dual win onto Heiko as well. So a huge fight here for Quincy crew. Midas foolishly trying to fight without their Horn, without their Spectre up, and they were just outmatched. The 5 versus 4, they make it look easy, and Quincy crew take themselves a really safe fight up at top.
Yeah, very solid play from Quincy. I was quite surprised they ran into the vision of Midas Club so confidently.
Yeah.
But then there's just too tanky, way too far ahead, right? This Kunkka has 2,000 HP. It's just 14 minutes in just from all his items. So they couldn't even bring him low enough to get a nice opportunity to commit to the fight. And the good steal from MSS too. You got to be really careful as a Pangolier to not give Rolling Thunder. Rubik with Rolling Thunder is absolutely insane.
Yeah, that's the problem. Lannis jumps in, looking for maybe the duel here, but decides against it eventually.
Oh, he got it
on the backlines. Murdoch, he's playing around at the backlines, but yeah, they do manage to find the Rolling Thunder on MSS, but he ends it little bit prematurely there, I think, but here comes the cookie. I think this is a pretty dead Rubik, unfortunately. He's going to get run down, and now they can look for more. Midas Club on the offensive. SVG trying to get himself away here. A lot of damage coming out onto him. Quinn just kind of running around on the front here, but doesn't really have anything to offer to keep SVG alive. They will lose their Snapfire, and Midas Club find themselves a pretty nice kill there. What happened to the Rolling Thunder on the Rubik?
I think he cancelled it. Yeah, he just cancelled it there. Yeah. That would have been completely different if he was able to just Rolling Thunder on out, right? Like, they wouldn't even be able to chase Quincy Crew's heroes. It was a really awkward fight because Spectre has Haunt and Terrorblade doesn't have meta, and he's just kind of farming on his own. So they play in a really aggressive place on the map without having their 5 heroes there. So just losing 2 supports, it's not a bad loss anyway. It's not that important. Now Haunt is on cooldown, so QC can...
Let's go for the duel here. I don't think they've got enough damage to bring down Sexy Fat. No, about half healthing him instead. You mark Quinn, X marks onto the next assassin. Alright, they find themselves a secondary kill instead. Not what they're wanting, but certainly a decent kill all the same. BKB actually queued up from Lelis. Meanwhile, the TB, he's a top dog right now. So much net worth this game. Sanjin Yasha drums completed. This is a very fast Terrorblade, utilizing that movement speed, especially with no more slowing down. Meanwhile, Lelis will grab himself a courier, linking in for that one, killing off Sexy Fat's little donkey.
SCG, he's good. He's got a backup here.
Cool, nice dodge from the Rolling Thunder. They're still trying to grab him here, but SVG's just running them in circles. The boat's actually going to miss. There is no kill to be had here for either team. Despite the...
He got the split off before the boat came and hit him.
Yep.
That was really clutch. But, you know, using a defensive Bruce split just to save your life is feels bad, man.
Yeah. Especially this game as well, where they need to be doing so much, but... Spectre has the relic completed, 16 minutes, heading towards the full Radiance. Should be there in the next couple of minutes.
Dude, look at the Terrorblade's net worth here.
Yeah, he is the full, like, 3.2k gold ahead of the Spectre. That's not what you want to hear.
10,000 net worth already.
This hero farms, dude. This hero really does farm. Meanwhile, up in the top lane, Duster gets brought down by the side of Quincy Crew. Just getting that nice little freebie kill with the sentry wards down.
Yeah, Yawar has just been rotating between these ancients and the big camp, small camp, way bottom this entire game, and nobody has gone down there on either side. Because Midas know, even if they do smoke bottom like this, it's not guaranteed that they will find the Terrorblade. And they don't want to invest their worth into the bottom area, because then LC and the Kunkka will be pushing top and mid out way too hard. And it's going to be very difficult for Midas Cup to get back on the map if that happens. And the wards are just going to be very aggressive as well. So every time Midas rotate back from bottom to top, they're just going to die into the vision of QC. So they have to stick to the top in the mid lane and wait for the Spectre to have Radiance. And hopefully with their first Radiance play, they're going to get like 4 or 5 kills at least.
It kind of feels like that's needed right now. The only way back into the game really is through the Spectre Radiance just being an absolutely massive reveal, and it's going to be online in about 300 gold. I mean, the problem is this Terrorblade is just like an item ahead. He's got the drums, he's got the Sanjin Yasha heading towards the BKB, going to have that soon as well. He's not going to care about the Spectre with Radiance.
So he didn't go for the Manta, he went for the SNY, get some status resist, and then he's going to get that BKB. And every time the Phoenix pops egg, he's just going to pop drum, kill the egg. Or if the Brewmaster pops split, he's going to pop the BKB.
Lane, they got the duel out onto Sexy Fat. They're going to throw in the Mortimer's Kisses as well to try and bring him down in time. It won't be a duel win, but it will be a kill all the same. Sexy Fat will die. And, well, you know, still stuck on 20 duel damage here, Legion, but she'll get there. Laz takes the Observer Ward. SVG takes the Sentry. Poor Duster. My man just wants to ward.
Murdoch actually has a Monkey King bar here. He does do some sort of damage.
Yeah, these swashbuckles are going to hurt.
Radiant are
seeing the wraparound successful. This is the Radiance Haunt available, but a nice blink out from Lelis. Gets to the tree lines here and gets himself to safety. Great reactions.
SCG's out too. Yikes. That looked like they were going to be able to get a double kill or something.
Yeah.
They got on top of them, but nope. They're going to actually smoke up again. They saw that under the ward, where the Pango got smoked. They're going to group up right now.
Things
are
coming out.
scanning.
Does the Terrorblade come as a question? He's got the BKB ready. Coming out to him on the courier. Could be a really good time for QC to fight.
Yeah, this is the Radiance timing versus the BKB timing on the Terrorblade. This is not looking too hot for Midas Cub.
Nope. I mean, it depends how the fight goes. If they're able to get to the sidelines and get alternative kills, then it's going to look great. Now the Horn Domes come out. LDO trying to get onto the front lines here, trying to look for a target, jumping around all over the place. The boat comes down, and oh my god, UI just turns around and smacks Heiko into the ground. That's going to be no egg for this fight, as RDO does kill off MSS eventually. Meanwhile, UI looking over towards Murdoch here. Murdoch getting jumped upon. The jewel comes down as well to make sure they get this kill. That's going to be another one going the way of Quincy crew. All in all, a pretty even fight. Those both supports from Quincy crew drop. Meanwhile, the mid laner and the 4 position drop on the side. Uh oh. Okay, Duster. He's gonna turn the tables a little bit here as Lelis gets on top of him. And of course, this was a duel as well for the Legion earlier on onto that Pangolist. That's gonna make you 40 duel damage now gained from Lelis. Yeah, pretty damn good for Quincy crew. And they're looking to turn this into a tier 2 tower at mid, maybe. I say that. That's no Terrorblade. He's going top.
Considering how far behind they are, it wasn't actually that terrible, right? I mean, if the Spectre dies here, though, they don't have duel for 10 seconds, so I think he's going to be okay. So, considering they're behind 10k gold, getting 2 for 3 on the side of Midas is not that bad, right? They just got to keep on delaying this game, maybe get the Spectre to a Manta so she can kill off the supports on her own, and hopefully take better fights. Oh, Nyx Assassin is going to feed here again. Yikes.
Yeah, it's Nyx Assassin doing Nyx Assassin things. See you later, buddy.
That sucks. I mean, he's 0-8, dude. This is really, really tough for Nyx here. I mean, position 5 Nyx, like, it's already a hero that needs a lot of XP. Then you pick it as a +5. It's really tough.
The one thing I just wanted to mention about this Radiance as well is that, Heiko going to get the kill onto SVG here, but they're most certainly going to trade 2 kills for this one as both Murdoch and Heiko go down to Yawa in the melee form, just trotting up to this fight and getting these 2 heroes which get locked down by MSS with his lift and his impale. Beautifully done.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Now he's even looking for the +1. Quinn with the X marks, with the Torrent as well on to Sex Fat Boat coming on down here. Can they finish the job? He doesn't have a split anyway, so they can kill him easily enough. And then comes Lelis for the duel as well. Make that 60 duel damage. Quincy crew, they are flying through this game.
+20, baby. That's what it's all about. Top. Oh, look who MSS found.
Yeah, he's playing with the Spectre
There's
a bit.
Duel, though.
You
can TP out here, right? You can just straight up TP. I'm not sure he knows that. Because there is no duel, there's no other follow-up stuns. He can just TP.
Quinn's
but now there's an Impale up. Uh-oh, Impale is ready.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Apparently they're not
interested. Okay, his team is here. So he's kind of baiting them out a little bit here. Because his team is here, so... If they actually did try to find the Spectre, it could have been a nice opportunity to fight because the Terrorblade is nowhere nearby. Oh, he's going for a butterfly on the TB now. He's almost got it, dude.
Yeah, I mean, you are one side and he's just like, yeah. Yeah, it doesn't take him long to
Nyx
find
again.
it. Meanwhile, yeah, this smoke gang gets popped by Nyx. Not really a big deal here for Quincy crew.
Dude, Shower is so fat, man. Holy smokes, 16,000 now. I'm telling you, this terrible hero, he's actually insane. They nerfed Spectre, right, last night, but they didn't touch Terrorblade at all.
No, oh, the horn comes out. They're going for something here. Maybe a scouting... Yeah. Scouting horn. Not sure about that one, Chief.
Tower is under attack.
Damn.
Just wanted to see where they were smoked up, and make sure they don't bleed any kills right now, but... You know, I only like that if you're in a really critical position where if you die, then you're gonna like lose the game. Meanwhile, they're just murdering Murdoch here, and now they've got the duel on the backlines onto Heiko as well. And RDO can but watch as his teammates get absolutely ruined. Let's pop him that BKB as well, just for good measure, because why not? The thing about this Radiance as well is that it's not only a Radiance for your team, it's a Radiance for the enemy team as well, because you've got Reflection on the Terrorblade.
Middle tower has fallen.
And no way to purge it on the Spectre.
That is for sure. And they got the tier 2 tower, so the outpost will be taking bottom. MSS? Oh no, MSS? No, doesn't want the outpost. He's like, SVG, you do it.
I'm the
Here's the 5,
okay,
he's going back for it. Alright, we're good. And SVG's like, no, I'm the captain, boy.
You
go
do what I
fucking-
say.
Bottom tower
Yeah,
is under
exactly. You do
attack.
what I say. You go take that outpost. And then Nem says, okay, sir, I will take it. Look at the item builds on the supports too. What QC buy. They do this almost every chance they get. They get the Glimmer Cape, they got the mech on the SAPPHIRE, you know, always everything's always trying to boost the carry, right? Or their cores, like whatever can make them stronger. Like adding that net worth onto the core is how you amplify their net worth, right? This 18,000 net worth Terrorblade is more like a 21, 22, 23,000 net worth with all the buffs that he receives. He's got a mech buff behind him, Glimmer Cape. He's got the Legion with the Presty attack. You know, he's got bolt buff and stuff. It's gonna be insane. And once they get like a Vladimir's as well on the Legion Commander, I don't know how you're gonna deal with this TB. If you look on Midas Club though, all
Dude,
they
don't
really
know how
have
to
is
deal
like,
with the TB now. Like, it doesn't. It
yeah,
doesn't
they
like
already
Vlads.
can't deal with him right now. Exactly.
It's gonna be a problem, sure, but they've got enough
They have
problems
a
right
Vlads
now.
though on the Brewmasters too. That's a little bit helpful, but Spectre doesn't really benefit from Vlads, right?
True.
He's not like a massive right-clicking hero who's gonna get a bunch of health from life stealing, nor does he really care about how much plus damage he's gonna be getting from a Vlad. So it's so little too, the plus damage you'll get. It's like 30 or 20 or something. It'll be a little bit helpful, but not as helpful as Terrorblade, how he benefits from it. That's why I think this hero is so good right now. It's because every team item that you buy will amplify this Terrorblade more than any other hero in the game.
Yep.
Maybe there's like
the drums.
Morphling.
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe there's like Morphling who can get a little bit more buff than Terrorblade does. Not even sure if that's true, but TB is just insane right now.
It's in a really good spot. And the amount of items he can go for as well, you know, he can really just kind of decide what he wants to be. I think his talents can lend into that as well, you know. I mean, I think you always say the 16% evasion talent, but you can choose between the attack speed or the health, depending on whether you want to boost your DPS. It'll be a little bit more tanky. And the items you can build, you know, pretty much any carry item, Terrorblade is going to feel pretty good with. You can go for the Stardust Resistance build, you can get BKB, you can go for like tankiness with Skadi as well. You can go crits and just be an absolute damage machine. You can fill any role your team needs you to fill. Meanwhile, Spectre, she's much more kind of honed in, you know. She's always got to be this kind of team fighting dispersion hero, wants to sit on the front lines and kill supports and then jump into the front lines of the fight and be as annoying as possible. I do think the new Horn is very good, but I don't think it's good enough to threaten the likes of Terrorblade when it comes to power of the carries.
For sure. I mean, it's still a good hero though, Spectre. I think it's still one of the top 4 heroes in Dota right now, but you have to really build a solid lineup around her. I don't feel this is the lineup that benefits Spectre the best. It's just too much honed in on the team fight on the side of Radiant, where you need a little bit of mix of team fight, lane shoving abilities, tower taking abilities, because Spectre has a lot of weaknesses in that sense. You have to cover for. On the other side of Terrorblade, though, all you have to do is make sure you have enough abilities to fight 4 versus 5 for a little while he just needs to take the Ancients and the big camp area bottom here. Then later, once he joins the fight, he's just absolutely unstoppable. He just outfarms everybody, honestly.
Yeah, that's the illusion hero effect. Who do you think farms faster, TB or Naga?
I wouldn't know. I don't play Naga Siren, so I'm not entirely sure how fast she farms. And in the current patch, she got a buff to her movement speed, right, which is really nice.
Yeah, it is. It is. I think,
But I think TB is just a better hero overall.
Oh yeah, I agree. I mean, I think meta just makes this hero super viable.
Like all those heroes it's not about who farms faster. It's about whose situation in the game is better, right?
Yeah.
There's going to be games where the TB is going to farm faster because maybe you have heroes who are dealing with the illusions very well, pushing out the lanes, and TB has free space to farm. And in other games with the Naga, it's like your team is pressuring them with the lane control that you provide with the Naga Siren, then the TB is not going to farm that fast.
Yeah.
It's it's like really difficult things to say. Mostly, especially in these professional games, it all comes down to how your allies draft around the carry that you picked.
One thing I didn't notice is that Heiko actually has a Heaven's Halberd on the Phoenix, so that's a fairly big pickup for the 4 position. Could make a big difference in these fights. If you can stop this Terrorblade just wailing on everybody, then that's certainly going to help things out a bit.
Yeah, but with the status assist, that thing's going to last like how long exactly? What's the duration of it? 5 seconds? So it'll last 4 seconds? Okay. I mean, it's not that bad.
flesh.
Yeah, it'll do. It'll do. It might help an egg get off, but I don't think so. The only thing which is going to stop eggs going off this game is good positioning.
My problem right now is not just a Terrorblade, or the problem for Midas Club is not just a Terrorblade. It's actually the Kunkka and the LC. They're both insanely farmed.
Yeah.
Right? They both actually are also carries in this game that can do insane amount of damage in the fights. If you look at the Legion Commander, she's doing 270 damage at the moment, and she has a BKB. So Midas Club, they don't really have any counters to BKB apart from the egg going off. And that's not realistic against 3 BKBs.
No, it's not. It's not. And this is exactly what we said in the draft as well, is that, you know, Quincy crew, they have 3 cores with the potential to be scary carries. And Midas Club, they only have 1 hero who can really turn into a scary carry this game. That's the bottom line for this game, I feel. And the fact that movements from Midas Club are just kind of awkward, even when they've got all these ultimates up, they still can't seem to win fights, which is obviously a problem. When you're playing with Pangolier as your main hero, Brewmaster in the off lane, a Phoenix 4, and then a Spectre as your carry, you know, you can't afford to lose team fights, especially when you've got those ultimates up. You've got to force the enemy to play around your cooldowns, and Quincy crew just don't care about that. They'll let them come towards them as much as they like, but they're just happy to turn these fights around. But it does look like we're finally unpaused and ready to go with this game. We'll see what Midas Club have up their sleeve, but I imagine they want to wait the 33 seconds for this Quant to be off cooldown.
Yeah, that's for sure. And Quincy crew, they're content with this. They're just waiting for one more pick-off so they can just go into the Roshan pit with the Terrorblade.
Yep.
Kill that off, and he's going for a Satanic now on TB, so the SNY Satanic build is so good on Terrorblade. Every time I see SNY Satanic, I don't even know how you kill this guy anymore.
Yeah, it gets real scary. It gets real scary. Meanwhile, Boat comes on down, just landing onto the Conqueror himself and giving him that run buff. It's like Seafat taking a decent amount of... Oh my god, Heiko, he's forced to pop Yeah, he's just dead. He's just dead. That was a...
Goodbye, sir.
A forced egg, unfortunately. Doesn't have buyback, so I guess...
Quinn?
I don't know, I still don't think
Quinn's like...
down in that situation.
Quinn's like, boys, let's get in here. And they all have to run away just from one little Kunkka walking in. And that's the pick-off they're looking for, just to go in and do Roshan, right?
Yeah, one of these big team fighting spells. They didn't really care which one, as long as it's one of them. And honestly, if the Supernova didn't get popped there, maybe they can still try and take this fight, but they've got no Supernova now, so there's no chance they can contest this Roshan. It's just going to go the way of Yawar. He gets bigger and bigger and bigger.
Immortality.
Oh, another pick-off. Look who it is. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this time it's going to be Duster. This Nick Assassin getting a bad case of the feedies right now as he keeps on feeding away these dual kills as well.
Do you know why you normally
110
feed?
Victory damage. Why is that?
Would you like to know the secret as to why people feed this like this on position 5s and stuff? It's because you're trying to do more than you're capable of.
Right.
So in a game, you feel like you're losing, and your mindset is like, "Oh, I gotta do this. I can do this." You know, maybe when you're playing Nyx, you're thinking about this Nyx assassin who's like a position 3, who's always stunning people and getting away. Oh, Yawar. 1 versus 5. 1 versus 5. Just post the BKB.
Okay, yeah, BKB, and they're like, "All right, well, that's that gank done with. good luck. We'll catch him next time, boys. Don't worry." Oh, he's gonna have an Aegis. Yeah. Well, okay.
Yeah, I mean, he could have baited that out. I feel like, especially with the Aegis. Yeah. Maybe even use a Thunder or something, and then maybe his allies get there, and that could have been the fight where they can just turn around and kill them with the meta and such. But that's okay. I mean, this is like a fresh Aegis, so you want to spend some of this Aegis timing to farm, and then near the end of it, you want to go and take the last objectives that you're looking for. But they are smoking up on the side of Midas. But yeah, so
they have these ultis. They want to use them.
Back to pawn.
Maybe Quinn could be a target here. Duster gonna go in on this one right now. Lands the Impale, it comes off. We're gonna drop the Horn as well. Immediately jumping over here on RDO to get the BKB off onto Quinn. Turns around, murders Duster. You are coming to this fight as well, but does get stunned up by the Pangolier, but it doesn't seem to make a difference. The duel is out onto the Brewmaster, stopping him getting off that ultimate. He's gonna get cut down. Meanwhile, RDO trying to fight in the front line. Sunray helping him out a lot. They will be able to bring down Quinn at the very least. Murdoch trying to sneak his way out the sidelines, but Heiko won't be so lucky as he gets killed off Spectre on the high ground, trying to leave. Lelis won't find him. He gets himself out, but Murdoch not so lucky as Yawar picks him off, and that is going to be 4 kills going the way of Quincy crew. They did get the Conquer though. They got the Conquer.
They did get him, but this big bad Terrorblade is walking down the mid lane.
He is a bit, isn't he? He's very much walking down that middle lane and looking to get some smashing done to this tower. Luckily, the creeps are a fair way off yet, so, you know, they've got a couple of seconds to breathe before the demise comes. And to be honest, 14 seconds till the Brew's back, 20 seconds till the Phoenix is back. You know, we're only 28 minutes in. And there's not the longest death cooldowns right now, especially when you're pretty low on XP, like the heroes on the Radiant are right now, unfortunately. But silver linings, I guess.
Yep. What are they? Wait, why are they? Wait. Oh, someone reconnected. Okay, makes sense.
Yep, quick pause, but looks like we're good to go once again. You are Lelis SVG on the high ground.
Where the creeps at?
Yeah, they're
Don't
coming.
have any creeps. They just have to go top. Okay. I mean, as soon as Midas comes alive, they don't even have the fighting capabilities because all their spells are on cooldown, apart from the Bruce Split.
Yeah, and luckily the Pangoli's are pretty low cooldown, so they're gonna have that one to play with, and Bruce Split as well.
They want to commit. There's a BKB and Aegis on that guy. Oh goodness, this is gonna walk away from this Bruce Split.
Yeah, they're not even wanting to spot the BKB, but Yuar has the Aegis. He's going to run straight back in on this one right now, but does get thrown up into the air by the Brewlings. Meanwhile, the duel comes down onto the next assassin, they will kill him off, but they get a stun out onto the SAPPHIRE as well, trying to finish off SVG here. SVG to keep himself alive with those breeds and turning it around. RDO is going to be the one to drop the Phoenix. The Spectre is dead. Meanwhile, in comes Murdoch with the stun, playing around with the Rolling Thunder, but with the Spectre dead, I just don't feel like there's the opportunity to fight here. Running through hero after hero,
yeah, before she's not doing enough damage, they'll
drop MSS, but Yuar is just too damn thick right now as he runs down Sexy Fat. Meanwhile, a boat comes into the Pangolin. Nice two-man stun from Duster, maybe turn this one around, maybe get himself for the kill onto Laz, but Laz gets stunned up by Yuar, and they're going to kill off Murdoch immediately. Duster on the run as well. They're going to get yet another kill here for Quincy crew. And Lelis is not done. He wants this kill. He wants the duel. It's going to be 3 seconds until it's up as he tries to run down Heiko here. Heiko on the high ground, trying to turn around with the Sun Ray, but there's that duel coming on in here. But the attack speed is pretty slow from Lelis, but it doesn't matter.
Jesus.
He'll get the kill.
200
win with the Tidebringer. And yeah, 200 duel damage on the Legion Commander right now.
30 minutes in. 30 minutes in, dude. Dude, we've been seeing a lot more of this Legion. It's actually pretty legit. It can scale very well if you snowball a bit with the duels. Quite nice.
Yeah, it's the ramping, you know, with the growth in these duels. You know, get more damage, get easier duels, get more damage, get easier duels. It's never ending. Meanwhile, Heiko with the drive by Heaven's Halberd onto Yuar. It's not going to slow down the push by pretty much anything, though. He is just an absolute machine. And look at this as well with the Pressy attack coming in through onto the Terrorblade. They rip through the new tower. Terrorblade being tugged on the front lines here. The Egg's going to come down. The BK bit cop from Yuar along with the little shredder from Snapfire. Going to take it down. Duel comes down onto Sexy Fat. He's dead. Heiko's dead. SVG will die as well here. But they're just focusing on the buildings. Now look over towards RDO. RDO on the back line. Try to deal damage to Quinn. Quinn with BKB trying to get himself out. Meanwhile, RDO taking up too much damage from the Terrorblade. Terrorblade is getting low. He still has his age. He's going to run out in 10 seconds, though. Maybe they can find an opening here, but I just don't think they can. The Terrorblade is just too damn strong. He's got the Ultra Kill, and there's 2 more heroes for him to kill. Almost certainly head towards one Rampage. Look towards RDO as well, but it is over. The GGs are called, and Quincy crew with a Rampage on Yuar will end game number 1. And it wasn't close. It wasn't close at all. Quincy crew just absolutely dominating this one.
Terrorblade things, bro. I mean, yeah, okay. Maybe even if he was Terrorblade, I think they would still dominate. It could have been another hero, but Terrorblade just made it look, you know, super easy, super fast to just win this game. Just farm so freaking quickly, and there's nothing you can do, man. Yeah, like all 3 lanes of Midas Club. I mean, the Pangolier did kill the Kunkka middle, which was okay, but I feel like the synergy of Midas Club was just too much.